from Toronto, Canada. Oh, nice, those Canada fans. Yeah, I lived there for about 20 years. And so if anyone has been to Toronto, it's a very like multicultural city, it's a very multicultural city. Yes, I moved here like on Monday, so pretty new. It's true, it's not a joke. And right before coming here, I was like right before coming to the UK, I was talking to my first net new white person of the season. And we were getting along really great, we're chatting, but then a few seconds in I can tell she's having like a hard time stereotyping me. Because she goes like, what's your background? And I don't know if you can tell, my background is in psychology. Some people assume marketing, which I think is really good. Not to be offensive. But no, I knew what she was asking, right? I knew what she was asking. But I don't like telling people where I'm from for free, right? I have something you want. That's not revenue stream. That's Facebook. They're not giving away your data for free, so you don't mind. I don't want to sound like a capitalist. I'll tell you the real reason. So the real reason is that for people where I'm from is because I was born in El Salvador. Yeah? Pretend you know where it is. Yeah, so every time I tell people I'm from El Salvador, I usually get, oh, that's so nice. Like, do you ever go back to Ecuador? And it just hurts my feelings. So, I think I'm owed a little like inconvenience fee. But I'll tell you, is it okay if I tell you some fast facts about El Salvador? Okay, so first of all, so it is quite an unstable country, right? We get a lot of earthquakes. And it's true. I've been in 3 earthquakes, humble brag. And so fact number two, I'll give you 3. Fact number 2, we have a crypto bro as president. It's true, unfortunately. And like a couple of years ago, he made Bitcoin a legal form of payment in the country. Look it up. And I wish I could tell you that our economy tanked right after, but I was already at rock bottom, so just some stability is good. And I'll give you fact number 3, the last one. So are you familiar? I know this is kind of like a mixed crowd, but are you familiar with Paul Walker from the Fast and the Furious franchise? Yeah, okay. So he surfed there in the early 2000s. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And we as society are not over it. We all learn about it. Going back to the whole, where are you from thing. I genuinely don't mind. I have an accent. So people get curious, and I love my accent. But it does make me a target sometimes. For people who want to be my ally. Yeah. I'm a bit of a hot commodity over there. In Canada, I don't know how it's. We'll see how it's like over here. I'm a bit of a hot commodity. And so I'll give you a little bit of context about Canada. So we have a lot of lakes, right? And so a lot of rich people usually they've built their own little cottages all around the lakes, right? So it's kind of hard to access it if you don't have one. They like to get away from the city and like the pores, so they go there. And last year I actually reached a really important milestone in my Canadian immigrant journey. I got invited to a cottage. First time. Thank you so much. And these are exactly the type of allies that I'm looking for. hate to allies. I think allies are really important. I just don't know if I'm always eligible for your solidarity, and I'll tell you why. So I'm a little bit ashamed to admit this, but I went to private school. I know, it's terrible, but it was against my will. I was just sent there. What are you gonna do? You don't choose your privilege, right? And secondly, I was also a single child, an only child for 13 years. So I was hoarding all my parents' resources. So when people want to be my allies, like I could be here because I'm a Latin American oligarch who is, trying to run away from corruption charges. But I'm not. I'm just running away from my feelings after a breakup. That's why I'm here. I know. It's okay. It's okay. I'll tell you a little bit what happened. So yeah, with my ex, we lived together, and I just loved being together like all the time. So I can't explain this because one time I like hugged him too hard. True story. While he was on the toilet. And he survived, so our relationship did not. He was like scared of me, right? Like we both don't know my own strength. He wouldn't touch me for like a year, so it couldn't work. But I felt so bad. I felt so bad that I just became like his primary caregiver. And when he moved out, I felt like a retired person with like an empty nest. I was just like trying to go wild. I'm like I need to put myself back out there. So I don't know if anyone is single, but I tried a bunch of the apps. Is anyone on the apps, on the dating apps? Yeah. So I tried a few. I tried Bumble. It was okay. I tried Hinge as well. I tried GoFundMe as well. It's okay. People have goals there, so that's a change. That's good. After a year and a half, I was pretty horny, right? So I was just like frantically swiping. And I know I feel like I have this vibe of like, I'm very angelic, and I have like a round face. He's like, yes. Very angelic. I kind of look like Dora the Explorer, she got a front. Like you're looking at me and you're not, welcome back. So you're looking at me and you're not thinking like, oh, this girl does carry me on the weekend. That wasn't your first impression, right? Yeah. And you'd be right. The last time that I did ketamine was on Thursday. Surprise. And with one of these matches, with one of these strangers from the internet. And so this guy, let's call him ketamine guy. His real name is actually Rave Guy. Because he suggested going to a rave as a first date. And I thought, okay, like, what do I have to lose? I was a little bit skeptical, but he shows up with a little bum bag, classic attire. And she laughed. So you know what it's like. And he had I was impressed. He had hydration packets. He had 3-4 different types of narcotics. Like he's prepared. And some homemade granola. This guy's a provider. Yeah, right. It didn't work out because he was too into providing, if you know what I mean. So I kind of cut him loose. He was a drug dealer, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that wasn't clear. So yeah, I kind of cut him loose. But it's okay. It's okay. I actually, honestly, I don't mind being single. I like the freedom. Yeah. Exactly. I've been able to focus on other goals, right? On other endeavors. I'll tell you a few of them. So I am in the top 10% of bar reviewers on Google Maps. 5 stars, coming up. And I had honestly like a meteoric rise in the relationship advice subreddit. Amazing, like top. I got like a little top commenter badge. No, I did badge. Badge if they have anyway. And you know what I'm saying, right? Loser anyway. And yeah, like I thought, my serotonin doesn't need to know where I'm getting my social interactions from.